This is what you said when you were running for president 4 years ago. Listen.
I was 6 years old when a presidential candidate came to the California Democratic Convention and said, it's time to pass the torch to a new generation of Americans. That candidate was then Senator Joe Biden. Joe Biden was right when he said it was time to pass the torch to a new generation of Americans 32 years ago. He's still right today. If we're going to solve the issues of automation, pass the torch. If we're going to solve the issues of climate chaos, pass the torch. If we're going to solve the issue of student loan debt, pass the torch. If we're going to end gun violence for families who are fearful of sending their kids to school, pass the torch.
Vice President, would you like to sing a torch song?
I would. I'm still holding on to that torch.
Okay, that was you then. By the way, you've aged gracefully over the last 4 years. But look, given the age of President Biden, given the age of Senator Mitch McConnell, given the age of many of the country's leaders, do you feel that it is time to pass the torch?
Well, it's case by case, and he proved me wrong.
Our new CBS News poll shows widespread pessimism about the economy. Roughly 2/3 describe it as bad. Most say the economy's struggling and uncertain. Personally, 70% of working Americans say those paychecks can't keep up with rising prices. Most say, at best, financially they're staying in place. But more than 1/3 say they're falling behind. Nearly half, 45%, think the Biden administration's actions are increasing inflation.
And he proved me wrong.
Do you feel it's time for a generational change in U.S. politics?
Well, I look at who he's also enabled. And, he pulled me aside in between the commercial break of that debate, said, nice line, wise ass. And then he told me, I promise if I'm elected president, I'm going to bring in young people to lead the country. And I think you've seen that with, Mayor Buttigieg, who was Secretary Buttigieg.
Black and brown Americans, tribal citizens, and rural residents much more likely to lose their lives, whether it's in a car or as a pedestrian being hit by a car. There are a lot of reasons related to discrimination.
You can't be serious, man. You cannot be serious.
I will say that there have been so many accomplishments under this administration, it can be difficult to list them in a distilled way. We have heard way too many stories from generations past of infrastructure where you got a neighborhood, often a neighborhood of color, that finally sees the project come to them, but everyone in the hard hats on that project looking like, doing the good-paying jobs, don't look like they came from anywhere near the neighborhood.
With Kamala Harris, who's just a little bit older than me and I would say in the same realm of generation.
Vice President Kamala Harris received the worst rating in the history of that NBC poll. She had a negative net rating of 17 in her first 2 years of office.
Now, when we talk about our children, I know for this group, we all believe that when we talk about the children of the community, they are the children of the community. Climate mental health, to a myriad of information.
The idea of exploring the unknown.
Good to be back.
And so, yes, he has brought many diverse voices, generationally, ethnically, religiously, gender-wise, to the table, and that's why he's been so successful.
Sure.